right, we're going to talk about autism. Monday is World Autism Awareness Day. Let's give you some facts and figures. Here in the United States, the CDC says 1 in every 68 kiddos is on the autism spectrum. According to the government, fewer than 17% of people with some kind of disability are working. Someone that's in the fight is Gil Tippy. He's the author of Respecting Autism and the founder of the soon-to-be-open Shrub Oak School. What a delight to meet you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Why don't we educate, since we have you here anyway?
Okay.
Explain what autism is.
So autism is a disorder of relating and communicating. It's a challenge, basically. Now, these are folks who are perfectly intelligent. These are folks who have talents, who have a lot to bring our society, but who may have difficulty bridging the gap.
Eye contact, conversing.
But also between you and I, there's a space.
Yes.
And that's the space that we are able to negotiate that maybe someone on the spectrum may not be able to negotiate.
I think it might be a surprise to people to learn some of the aspects of, because I think there's probably some misconceptions about autism out there. Do you deal with that a lot?
Oh, there definitely is. You know, people think that folks on the spectrum somehow don't have certain emotions, or they aren't related, or they're not interested in being in relationships with other individuals. And so we created Shrub Oak International School specifically to address some of those things and to help people make that transition into the world of work and actually bring the talents that they have to the society. We need these folks.
Well, absolutely. Not necessarily about the research into autism, but the education of us and also the education of those students themselves. Let's talk about the challenge of getting folks with autism into the workplace. Because of what you just mentioned, that can be a barrier to employment, I suppose.
Well, it really is. And, you know, people may graduate from their programs, whether it's a high school program, whether it's a technical program, whether they go on to higher education, and be at the top of their class and be able to do all of the things academically, talk about all of the parts of their trade. And then when they get into the workplace, they lose a job.
Yeah.
And it's not because of any lack of desire on their part. It isn't because of absenteeism or any other work-related thing. It is about the challenges in that space between two people.
So what's the reality? Is the reality helping the person with autism better bridge that gap? Or is it about the rest of the world sort of recognizing that these are beautifully, wonderfully capable people that just need to be interacted with slightly differently?
That's so fantastic. You're one of the first people who's ever said that to me. And,
I got it?
And that is exactly it. That's exactly it. So some of it is that we have to help folks on the spectrum move developmentally so they're in a position where they can actually begin to negotiate that space. But a lot of it is the society really needs to begin to say, look at these beautiful people. Look at these amazingly wonderful, open-hearted people who have these amazing talents. You know, right now the society is controlled by what the autistic community might call neurotypical people, right? So that's maybe you and I don't know about me, but
I don't know about me either.
But maybe you and I. And maybe we need to have more of these beautiful people in positions where they can actually affect the society. We need them. Our society has challenges right now. So let's bring them. Let's bring them.
Let me ask you quickly about the school you're opening.
Okay.
Tell us, just give me the elevator pitch on it quickly.
Okay, so the Shrub Oak International School is a brand new school. It's a boarding school for folks from 14 to 22 approximately on the spectrum. And the reason why we need it is that people are not being offered the opportunity to be self-directed in a real way during their transition to the world of work. So the other day, for instance, I was talking to a kid for admission at the school, and he was talking about abstract expressionism. It took us some time to get there. But where do you find a career in abstract expressionism? The truth is that you begin to spool out that through all kinds of different resources, and since we're in the New York metropolitan area and we have all of
those resources right there.
You know, it's
well, we wish you luck with the school. Thank you for being here to educate us and spread the word.
This was wonderful.
Gil Tippy, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.